Praise the Lord. You may be seated. I thank God that I'm the only man among women. I came with Pastor Abraham, my boss, and I have another person I won't introduce. Miles Morrow said that if you don't want a black man to know a secret, write it in a book. This is hold on to your vision. My father was a gate man in Idama Hotel when I was in medical school. And because I read 5 years, my classmates at FGC Warri were quartered in that same hotel. And they would say, Papa Apoki, open gate. My father will open gate for my classmates. Sometimes I would be at the gatehouse. After graduation, I was invited to speak in Assemblies of God Church, Branch 1. And they carried me in a convoy to the same hotel where my father was a gate man. And I called the manager. He said, yes, sir. I called security. I called every person. They answered, yes, sir. So that the yes, sir, when my papa answered, they answered me in return. I borrowed books to read in medical school. The coat I wore for matriculation was borrowed. The shoes were borrowed. But at 29, I had opened my own hospital. Today, my son is a surgeon in Germany. He's an orthopedic surgeon. But my father told me in primary, when I was 10 years old, cutting firewood in this area, I used to hawk akamu before going to school up to a word of, that time it was St. John's Primary School. He told me you will become a medical doctor, like Dr. Stevenson. I became a doctor, worked in the same hospital where Stevenson worked, treated patients from the same table Dr. Stevenson treated patients. Hold on to your vision. Echo income. She talked about systems. I don't need to work until I die to eat. I have children overseas. I don't need their dollars. On my 66th birthday, I'm 67 now, after a tour of the UK, I gifted myself 80 acres of land. 80 acres of land, so that any day I want to drive any car, I can just buy, I just drive. My father-in-law is from Okwikbere. He is dead now. Periodically, he will send money from the land of the dead. Last time he sent 12.5 million. He had a property that a mast was located. So even after he has died, he's still sending money to his children. Fela sent $120,000 to Sheun Kuti, even after he has died. When you die and you are dead, you are a stupid person. When you die, your children should still be enjoying. If I die, my grandchildren will inherit username and password. Because the YouTube channel has turned to a company in Europe. I have a company in Europe. And my son, who has a PhD in computer science, has retired from the Jewish firm where he is working to work under me in Europe. Echo income. Don't wear your future in a Brazilian weave-on. This book is titled, There is a Place Called There. Dare to dream. Dare to imagine. Believe God you will get there. When I landed in London City Airport, a policeman saw me and said, you are Dr. Charles Apoki. I said, Lekwam. I wanted to be a global citizen. When I was living and passing through trauma, there's a place called There, you will get there. This one, Keys to Understanding Women. Keys to Understanding women. You need to get it. You know why? They are Abraham. They are asking for them. You see, a woman will wear a short skirt and be pulling it down. You don't know say short before you wear them. A woman will wear high-heeled shoes and carry bedroom slippers. The simple reason is that initial desire, I want to be like God, is still troubling many ungenerated women. I want to be like. And so you do things not because you need them, but because others are doing them. Keys to understanding women. The oil of marriage. It talks about sex in marriage. If you are not yet married, don't buy it. Money is an idiot. Money has no religion. It flows in the direction of wisdom. 60 to 70. I told you I'm 67. It is good to get old, but don't be old and be broke. Overcoming difficult times. I have made more money under Buhari and Tinubu than I have ever made in my life. The pastor's family and finances. If you die as a pastor and leave a scoffed Bible for your children will scoff at your grave. I use this to lecture about 6,000 Anglican priests running an effective ministry in a complex world. I have the Oga Police. You tear my head. I can't day nervous. I was nervous because I have 2 schools, and most of what you said, like this nude picture now, I have experienced it in my school. A girl pretended to be a boy, told a student to send nude picture. I have seen drugs in the bags of JSS 1 student who is a pastor's son, whose son is doing Yahoo, and brought drugs to school. So when you were saying these things, I was just nervous. And you must come to my schools and talk, and we must partner. I went to Towodo Grammar School we do SOS. I will link you with my benefactor. We do SOS, save our souls, save our singles, save our students. In Ubiaroko, we had a conference like this in Ubiaroko. A JSS 3 student raised up her finger. What if I want to go to school and my mommy wants me to be a harlot? I went to Towodo Grammar School to speak. A 10-year-old student, boy, came to meet me that he closed one day and was going. Women kidnapped him, took him to a room where he was asked to caress them. I went to Advocacy Secondary School, and a small girl, 13-year-old girl, came to meet me. He said, "Daddy, I commit adultery." I said, "Can you spell adultery?" She said that she sleeps with married men, not knowing that ugly married men were passing her around themselves. This message is one of the greatest I've heard. It entered my soul and I'm nervous. God bless you. I'm supposed to speak on breaking boundaries through mind reconfiguration, challenging narratives that have kept women. Thank you, ma. She has collected her own. They will bring them around. Breaking boundaries through mind reconfiguration, challenging narratives that have kept women bound, ushering a new wave of thought. The thing long ago. You see, let me just put it in 2 words, that the United Nations Women's Day 2021, I spoke to women through the auspices of Total Energies. Choose to challenge. The 2 words. You cannot change narratives unless you make a choice. You cannot break barriers unless you challenge them. So I'm going to be doing some character studies, but I'll just share with you. Number 1, if knowledge of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. This looks like a pestle, but it's a microphone. If I turn it round to pound yam, I will destroy the yam and destroy the pestle. You see, we must leave orthodoxy to autopraxy. Google those words. Orthodoxy is our belief system. Autopraxy is the action you take that God will approve of to fulfill purpose. The actions. That's why Rahab was considered to be righteous. Because even though she was a harlot, she had capacity, she had proper location in the wall, and then she reconfigured her mind. Those two Jewish men that went as spies were newly circumcised. I was circumcised as a big boy. The head of their penis would be itching, and they will need sex to cool the itching. But Rahab at that day, he said, today is not a Kumiliki day. Today is the day for salvation of my people. You do not understand me. But she eventually married one of those spies called Salmon. How did she marry the spy? She changed her dressing, changed her language, changed her attitude, and rebranded herself to fit into the Jewish nation, because she was initially outside the camp, but by her transformation based on mindset shift, she came into the Jewish nation. And she's in the genealogy of our Lord Jesus Christ. If I told Sister Vera, my in-law, that we went to spy a new town where we want to open our branch church, that we stayed in the house of a harlot, they would disfellowship me. Now, you are female sons. We are male sons. You are called womb man. Womb man. Listen, when you bury a man and a woman the same day, under the same temperature, humidity, and everything, all the flesh of both of them will decay. The womb is the last muscular organ to decay. You are designed for resilience and preservation. When womanhood is destroyed, that nation is destroyed. Because the intelligent quotient of a child is 75% dependent on that of the mother. Because the child will spend the first 5 years in the house in proximity with the mother. And Sigmund Freud said that 75% of your character was formed within the first 5 years. It has been proven that boys who breastfeed don't smoke. Boys who breastfeed for long don't smoke. Smoking is a reflex to cool anxiety. I know when I stop smoking. I stop sucking breast. So I don't smoke. I suck the breast, then feed the throw away and from front come back. The womb has an expansile capacity. Can carry one child with 3.5 kilogram placenta, 1.5 kilogram amniotic fluid, and the woman will trek 15 kilometers in the house, just going up and down. But there is no gate, only a muscular ring called cervix. But you are designed to also carry up to 8 children. In case of Mrs. Chukwu, that delivered 8 children in America. So, as you are, if you are to be useful, start thinking like a potential mother, a potential wife. If you wake up 7:30, now that you are single, you should be able to wake up 7:30 when you now marry a stupid person like me. Who will keep you awake throughout the night, wanting to go to Jerusalem? Am I talking to somebody? You must also be able to arrange one room and arrange a 3-bedroom house. and marry a man like me who will come and throw his shoes and just go, but you must arrange the shoes. Am I talking to somebody? You are not the final decoration of a rich man's house. When I see most of you young people today, I wonder whether you can cope with marriage. And so, a woman, and for you not to be useless, if you started with primary 6, when your husband becomes a local government chairman, expand to accommodate his growth. Our greatest challenge is ourselves, women, not outsiders. You must expand to accommodate the development of your husband. As I'm doing social media, my wife was not watching before. She would tell me, now 2 of us did this house, but now so fun you they look, so fun you they look. As I started increasing in social media, she too needed to be in social media to be able to communicate with me. Some of you will just end up as baby factories because you can't even discuss with your husband beyond barbecue fish. Because you have a fish brain. There was a family that had a quarrel. The man was a lawyer. The woman was a teacher. Had a serious quarrel. They couldn't settle the quarrel. Then they called me to come and intervene. I told the man, I said, now because your wife, they discuss with you when you come back from court. He said, you get them. I told the woman to go and read law. So that when the husband is discussing ordaining and discussing, I put it to you, you two can put in something. Marriage is beyond babies and breast and sex. Marriage is not an achievement if it does not compliment me. Are we still together? You see, society it's a table. It has 4 legs. 2 legs for the male gender, 2 legs for the female gender. If the male gender is developed and the female gender is stunted developmentally, the table will not be stable. And so women must consciously, intentionally develop themselves. I must emphasize that we are not here to compete with men or to contend with men. We want you to be better wives in a stable family, because in a womanhood, your duty is even simple. Our own is love your wife as Christ loved the church and gave up himself. But your own, just submit. You were not commanded to love us. It is we that were commanded to love you as Christ loved the church. Are you following what I'm saying? So, number 1, know that you are the womb. You can expand. You can retain. You are a preservative. It is not good for the man to be alone. It's not that God forgot. It is that you needed to be part of humanity to increase the efficiency of humanity. And you were made from a superior material. I was made from sand. You were made from flesh with a better conductivity of the Holy Spirit. That's why Maria Woodward-Etter and Miss Semple McPherson, what's this woman's name? When anytime, Catherine Kuhlman, anytime women avail themselves to the Holy Spirit, they do great wonders. And so, stop seeing yourself as a byproduct and see yourself as a superior product. You are a self-sustaining creation of God. My grandchildren in Europe breastfeed for 2 years, one of my daughters-in-law. Let me say this. I have 2 daughters-in-laws in Europe. One is a Romanian cardiologist, medical doctor, and another one is a German lawyer. But let me tell you one thing. Ma, we are having problems with English-speaking women in America and in Europe. The British police have said that Nigerian women should stop reporting their husbands. Because you African women will not be like a kwakwa girl. That my community with that, and my wife village with that. Now when my mama and my papa quarrel and I then get my belly, so I be find trouble where. When a kwakwa girl comes to Efrun and sees guy, when she goes back to a kwakwa, she will do over a guy more than the Efrun. So African women, they have gone to Europe and gotten liberation, and they are wilder than the European women. When I'm talking with my son, my daughter-in-law, the Canadian, the Romanian daughter-in-law, does not talk. She does not put her mouth. She will stay somewhere. She dare not look at me at the face and talk. She doesn't look at me at the face. She delivers vaginally, even though there is space for CS for her free. She breastfeeds for 2 years. The day she married my son, she bought shoe. She bought her ticket from France. I've not seen lipstick on her mouth. She doesn't, nothing is wrong. She doesn't wear earrings. She doesn't wear bangle. She's still as simple as a traditional woman. The German one is a lawyer. She has a master's degree and a local government official in Germany. I want her to be the mayor of that town. But you see, she would not face me and start talking. She will go through my son. But here, as your husband they talk, you go, now lie, never say happen. Now lie. You see, we are not teaching you to become unruling. We are teaching you to become more. A feminist is not an antagonist of males. A feminist is somebody who realizes the uniqueness of womanhood, maximizes it, takes it out to glorify God. As she was speaking, I just pray, I just happy. See police, see height, see beauty, see knowledge, see power. They glorify God. Not be saying, go meet your husband. I put it to you. I put it to you. Orderly, hold my husband. You will book of your. Some of you from poor homes, you are the most troublesome. When I don't invite me, finish. I know if you do me anything. Listen, no. Listen. A very developed wife reduces load from the head of the husband. Apart from the polytechnic I'm building, I have never built any house. I married my wife when she was 24 and I was 26. All the buildings we have built, she built them. She started building at the age of 28, 29. The first house we built in Otokutu, 50 naira a bag cement, she built. That school in Okwokoko. How many of you know my school in Okwokoko? Petra. It's my wife that built it. I never went there. I don't know how children's school fees are paid. I was preaching in Kano. She called me that she has paid the school fees in dollars. I didn't know. So, for the past 40 years, I have never kissed another woman or committed adultery. Because she created value. I'm afraid of losing her. Oh, you don't understand me. Instead of me to tell my wife to come out marriage, now me go wrong, go stay. You don't come meet me there before now. If the quarrel is getting too much, I do what I call marital social distancing. I go leave the quarrel. Because I need her more than she needs me. Breasts do not make a good wife. Breasts have expiring date. Buttocks have expiring date. It is what you have in your head to create value for a man that's what would preserve marriage. Okay. All right. Let me look at some character studies. In Numbers chapter 27 verse 1, the 5 daughters of Zelophehad chose to challenge doctrine. They chose to challenge orthodoxy and wanted autopraxy. They went and met Moses. Our father did not rebel among the other fathers. Give us land in the promised land. Moses said, it's above me. Let me take this matter to God. He took the matter to God. God said they have spoken right. Give them land. Assuming they did not open their mouth to request, to challenge, nothing will have happened. If women don't open their mouths, we are very comfortable putting you in our armpit. Am I talking to somebody? And God now changed the law. Listen, I've been posting about women in my YouTube channel. From Rahab to Tamar to all of them. To Ruth. When a woman pursues, God is partial towards you people. Sin when man go commit, when God go kill him. Woman go attempt and God go come look at her. When the pursuit of purpose is strong enough by a woman, God suspends some laws. He leaves orthodoxy and goes to autopraxy. You don't understand me. Rahab, harlot. Ruth, Moabitess with a curse on her head, that no descendant of a Moabitess shall enter the temple until the 10th generation. But Ruth said, don't tell me to go back. Your God shall be my God. Your people shall be my people. Where you die, I will die. And Ruth became the great-grandmother of David. And David entered the temple and ate the showbread. God didn't kill him. If you know how precious you are in the sight of God, you won't misbehave. Shall I talk about Tamar? Tamar, first husband died. Second husband died. They hid the second son from the third child from her. They gave her a name based on statistics, not truth. That she was a husband killer. But out of her, Perez came out. David came out. Jesus came out. So, women, put your purpose ahead. There's something you want to become. Pursue it. God will change some rules. Don't expect the change of rules. Fight enough that God will create space for you. Number 2, my mother-in-law, they were sharing properties. They were sharing properties. You will go, this one go take this one. This one go take this one. Then my mother-in-law stood up, very huge woman. He said, as soon as they divide property, so that my daughter, when I don't divide them, who go pay school fees? They said, they know they train girl. Say, if they train girl, then train her for a husband. My mother-in-law stood up. How much is the school fees? They said, whether 60 pounds that time. He said, I can pay. She trained my wife through secondary school, through school of nursing. I trained school of midwifery. And today, I don't go outside. The most beautiful house owned by any native in Okokoko is built by my wife. The girl they said they should not train. Am I talking to somebody? My mother-in-law stood there to challenge some issues because of your children. A man died and left a tipper and a station wagon in Aba. They sold the tipper and left the station wagon. School fees were due. Things were due. The woman took the station wagon, went to Aba Motor Park, near Mobile. He said, look, I want to load to Enugu. She tied her tied up and down. They loaded her. She drove to Enugu, drove back. That was how she started training her children. My daughter recently, she's married to an Igbo man. They imported things from China. Carried the things, put in her car with her daughter. She drove from Aba to Ugeli. I said, I fear you. He said, Daddy, forget that thing. He said, not be three boys you born, now 4 boys you born. Me I join. She is the one managing our schools. And you dare not mess up around my daughter. One day the husband called him, I called her and said, he said, come, I'm not going to tell your daddy. Were you a cultist in school? Husband died, you can just see him. They don't carry out the property. I'm a widow. Not only widow be, now window you be. Stand! Get a lawyer! Stand! Fight! If possible, bite! Am I talking to somebody here? The next thing is choose to challenge tragedy. There's a woman called Johnny Erickson Tada. There's a place called Chesapeake Bay in America. She wanted to swim. She dove into the water and crashed her head. She had cervical fracture. They put her on a bed called, the bed turns around so that she won't have bed sores. But they said she would be a vegetable. She said no. She wrote her degree exam with her mouth. She painted with her mouth, and they started buying her paintings. She became a public speaker. She was nominated for a Grammy Award because of her broadcast, but they disqualified her because her husband helped her to press the diaphragm to speak. Crippled from here down. One day, as she was doing ministry, a full-fledged man saw her and said, I want to marry you. Say, God told me to marry you to fulfill your destiny. In a wheelchair, she got a husband. With your 2 legs with chain, you never agree marry. Somebody say value. Somebody say visibility. Somebody say be vocal. Somebody say even go viral. She was in the Presidential Council for Disabled People. She co-sponsored the bill for disabled people. Her radio program is aired in several nations of the world. She has won several awards globally. She chose to challenge her disability. No matter how long it takes, a stammerer will call his father's name. The only thing a stammerer cannot be is a conductor. When you say, Jacques Road, the bus don't go. But when a stammerer is singing, he doesn't stammer. No matter what is wrong with you, you can change it. You can repackage yourself. You can rebrand yourself. Just tell yourself, there is a place called there, and I will reach there. Draw it, desire it, dream it, drive it. So, I don't know what has gone wrong. Choose to challenge. Choose to challenge disaster. More than 20-something years ago, there was a massive flood in Mozambique. A woman called Carolina Chirinza decided to climb a tree with her pregnancy. She clung to the tree branches for more than 4 days. and went into labor. She delivered on top of the tree. Used her hair tie to tie the umbilical cord. Used her finger to cut the cord. She rubbed her belly to contract the uterus. As she was there, CNN went. They were just looking for people, and they saw her on top of the tree. They carried her from top of the tree with her baby and took her to South Africa without visa. Let me speak Uroboye. Then they vex, live this life. Life will not give you good cards. Mama, I have a very bad handwriting. I had P7 in English. But still, you are listening to me all over the world. My grammar is not correct, but my rema is correct. I write with only capital letters. Only capital letters. Because if I write with small letters, they do you too. I just say, no, let me. Imagine somebody writing with only even the capital letters. Sometimes they hurt me. But I did here, when I go buy my books now. No, life is, I don't come. I don't come tell people story, whether I be woman or not. I don't come. Some of you are just waiting to enter the house of a husband. Go ask your mama whether it's easy. Marriage is like a secret cult. Those who are inside are telling you to join. And those who are inside are looking for a way to come out. She became a global celebrity overnight. And she was made ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary by President Chisano then. They made dresses for her, and she addressed the United Nations. Out of disaster, she became a superstar. It was from disaster that Ruth became a superstar. It is not what has happened that matters. It is your response. And there's usually a gap between the stimulus of what has happened and the response. Your decisions there matter a great deal. If you see yourself as a victim, you remain a victim. But if you see yourself as a victor, you will become victorious. The next thing is to choose to challenge your mistakes. A young Salvation Army girl at the age of 15 got pregnant for a 55-year-old widower. She was disfellowshipped as usual. But she prayed a little prayer. Lord, I was to be an international evangelist, but I can't preach that message anymore. But Lord, give me a baby girl that will preach the message I was to preach. God answered her prayer. She delivered Amy the day Catherine Booth died. The mantle of Catherine Booth, the wife of the man Salvation Army, was dangling. Very qualified virgins and married women did not apply. It was this girl who had made a mistake that applied. She delivered Amy, Semple, Macpherson. And you said that ugly man, the devil, does not get tired. Amy lost her first husband, suffered 2 divorces. Single mother does not mean your life is single. Your life can be multipotential. There's no single mother. Now somebody give you belly, the idiot waka in life go. Don't mess up your life because of an idiot who no get value for better thing. Stand up and tell somebody, don't look at me like that. I am more than what you are seeing. What has happened is not up to what is going to happen. I'm a building under construction. There might be refuse and noise around me, but God is going to finish with me. He is going to furnish me. He will occupy me and publish me. If you believe it, say amen. Single mother. You go just open your leg for every idiot. Because you look cheap. Develop yourself. Get a PhD. There are PhDs waiting in Abraham with no names on them. I went to do a master's at 56. I graduated at 58. I had 10 A's. Nobody has beaten that record. It's still in you. What happened outside. It didn't take place in you. Repackage yourself. Not be say, one thing just happened. Then you will just leave yourself. They were kind of like kiosk. Repackage yourself. Learn to do some camel walk. Am I talking to somebody? Change your hairstyle, change your clothing. Even change your church if mumu people fool your church. Move to where people can appreciate you. Change your location. Change your friends. Change your status on Facebook. Oh, no, don't understand me. My daughter had a divorce. My daughter had a divorce. I told her, corpses don't marry. Dead body, no, they marry. Can't beat my daughter, it's my blood. Can't beat my daughter. Can't mess up with my daughter. Diane. Marriage is ordained by God, but regulated by government. No marriage certificate has the logo of a church. It has the logo of the local government. And all this, she runs her school. All these yeye mothers when they suffer. I bought a car for her. Gave her one of my flats. Put her on a good salary. My granddaughter. I'm playing near my granddaughter. He packaged herself. My granddaughter's picture was in Airport Road Junction for some days. Miss Little Amazing. You saw her? The girl that walks with 6 inches high shoe. Now my Pekin. Whether a girl born am or not, now my Pekin. She is my Pekin. And she carries my blood and I cannot neglect her. I will train her to the height of medical practice. In Harvard, anywhere. Any of my grandchildren born, I give them $1,000. Take. When she won that competition, I gave her 2 plots of land valued at $5 million. So that when she will be entering university, that property will be $50 million. We treat women like trash women. Treat them as if they are subordinate to us. The earlier we start attaching value to our women, no matter what happens, now my picking. I'm not born out with husband. She joined their primary school WhatsApp group. One fine Igbo boy saw her. I want to marry you. He said, I'm a single mother. Somebody. He said, no, I came late. I should have come earlier. I came late. Married her. All these wicked church people, wicked robo people, wicked Amoshu robo people. Sent message to the boy. But the boy said, I know. Am I talking to somebody? Married her. Arranged for them. They went to China. The boy went to China. My daughter subsequently went to China. When she was in China, they were discussing about me. Somebody said, I would like to meet this man. I said, now my papa. They said, now so now they thief people, papa. Now he showed the phone. They say, oh, not true, now your papa. A single mother should not be left abandoned by the family. Take her, accommodate her, reactivate her life, give her the best, so that the man who left her will feel. You go do bolale pepe pepper them, bonale pepper them. As they pain them, it is sweeter. As they pain them, it is sweeter. Yeah, foul. Out of Army Semple McPherson, the Foursquare Gospel Church came out. Foursquare Gospel Church came out of a single mother. Now they follow me so. Divorce. This one divorce. And they asked them, now who God take save Israel? No be husband when divorce, unbeliever, drunkard, now marry Ruth. Single motherhood is not a sentence. You can repackage yourself. Okay. You must choose to oppose and challenge, choose to challenge any opposition to a noble idea. Malala Yousafzai grew up in the Swat Valley in Pakistan. How many of you know Malala? They said she couldn't go to school, that Islam forbids school. Mama, how many of you know the oldest continuous degree awarding university in the world? It's not Oxford. It's in Fez, Morocco. The roof is green. It was built by a Muslim woman called Fatima from the inheritance of she got from her father. So all these Boko Haram and all these Islam, they are crazy, bloodthirsty idiots. They don't understand Islam. Malala decided to go to school and they shot her on the head and she survived. She was taken to the UK for treatment. And when Malala was 17 years old, she was returning from school, they shot her. She recovered and continued her social advocacy and the right for girls to go to school. Ma, don't hold back. Oh. Put your life into this thing you are doing. After police, this is what will sustain you. You become IG, retire, but this is more important than IG. Don't give up. She eventually won the Nobel Prize, the youngest ever to win it. At one time, the Prime Minister said that she was the most popular person in Pakistan. She has since graduated from the UK University. Her advocacy has won her great awards. Christian Amanpour asked her if she was afraid. She said, no, they can only shoot a body. They cannot shoot my dreams. He said, they shot me because they wanted to tell me that we want to kill you and to stop your campaigning. But they made the biggest mistake. They injured me and they told me through that attack that even death is supporting me. Even death does not want to kill me. Choose to challenge issues and stereotypes. I was watching Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, the former vice president of the United States, is the first African-American woman and woman of Asian descent to occupy the office of vice president. She was the highest female political office holder in the United States of America then. Her history of advocacy is legendary. Apart from being the first woman to hold several positions, even becoming a senator, she had in the past challenged several legal and legislative issues she won. And that led to changes of lives in America. She married late in life. I asked my senior son, why did you marry late? He said, marriage no be race. Now when he marry. So, he married late in life and has no children of her own. But the husband had children, so they call her Momala. The most exciting part of her life that got me screaming, I ran out of the bathroom when I was watching her. There was a point during the debate with Pence, the then vice president of America. He interrupted her. She turned to Mike Pence and said, Mr. Vice President, I am speaking. She reminds me of when God introduced herself, I am that I am. Some of you girls now move too much. Like our officer said. Yes. Some of them are wearing cheap well. They don't even call you. They call me monkey lizard. The boy is talking to you. You are doing your fingers like this. My mama sent me a message before. You are a fool. The day you dare to look at a woman and boy, eyeball to eyeball, asking what is your vision for life? I want to be a professor. What is your vision? He said, I better carry your own go. Am I? This marriage thing that they are using to hook you is less important than living a fulfilled life. With marriage, it is better, but fulfill your life. I want to quickly talk about challenging normalcy. The thing is normal. Angela Merkel is the German chancellor. She has served her country with impeccable record. Don't behave like us, my generation that failed you. Mama, I ate chicken at FGC Warrior. Chicken. Quaker oats. I schooled with Ogbobine's children, Jaja Wachuku, Rewane's children. We used to eat a cow at government college, Ugeli. They used to wash my clothes from the laundry. They gave us detergent, gave us locks. Most of you supporting idiots is because you didn't enjoy this country. When I'm angry, who won't kill me, make it come kill me. Who won't arrest me, make it arrest me. If they arrest me, better pass kidnapper. When carry me. At least I no go pay ransom. Now bail I go pay. At least my people go no say I don't go Rikoko police station. They know where to see me. Better pass, make I find trouble for this country, make DSS catch me, carry me go their detention, than for kidnapper to carry me. That's why I know they fear. Because I enjoy this country and I cannot leave a dead country for you. You people should spit on my grave. They wash clothes for us. At FGC worried. All these idiots stealing our money. They pay transport fare for them to go home. From Warrior, they will pay transport fare for you to go to Kano, to go to Ede, to go to Ibadan. And our children are carrying benches on their heads. Why no go vex? And Saturday vex. Why no go vex? She led with impeccable character. But listen, she arrived with her husband, her second husband, that we will not have children. Children. Yeah, I don't train children, no. 3 of them now train go overseas. One of them now surgeon for them, a German citizen. The second one get PhD, married doctor. I get a third one. When I wanted to celebrate my 40th marriage anniversary, thank God for good children like you. My wife said, but I'm not going to send money. Then say, one of the oversabi say, what of the school? So they worry you that my pikin. Now you build school. Now your school. You not going to wait to buy and make her die before you inherit her. I told them, don't send me penny. It's my marriage anniversary. I will celebrate it with my wife. I call her my babe. Women, they find well. My babe. And when they came, each meal they ate, I gave them wine. There was no power failure. 24 hours electricity, solar, NEPA, 24 hours. Each person was in a room like a hotel. When I spoiled and said, Nigeria is my throne, Europe is my footstool. He said, but listen, after 15, she used to wear the same clothes, colored clothes. Somebody asked her, why are you dressing like that? She said, I am a civil servant, I am not a model. When your wardrobe is bigger than your library, your brain is empty. The German people, I don't want people. I'm not going to look at again. The German people decided to celebrate her by coming to their balconies to clap for 6 minutes. What an honor. What a challenge to women. She was called the Lady of Europe and was described at one time as more than 6,000 men and the most powerful woman on earth. Okay, choose to challenge your fellow women. How many of you know Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala? Do you know her parents are professors? Do you know their parents schooled overseas? Have you seen her? Has she bleached her skin? Is she wearing grass on her head? I reserve this one to the end, so that when I talk finish, I will just run. Some of these weave-on you wear, do you know where they come from? India. Women who don't have offerings to give to their idols, they will donate their hair. So they go there, they shave the hair. When they shave the hair, they will use chemical to wash them. Then people will come and buy them from the UK and the US and ship to you for 1 million. And your father is a tenant, your husband is a tenant, but you are wearing hair of 1 million. You know, to say your head no correct. Is 100 bags of cement. 100 bags of cement will give you 3,000 blocks. 3,000 blocks will give you a 3-bedroom bungalow. And you'll be tenant. Carry, get talk, get like this. Monkey. I know the pastor church, make una no look me like that. I know they too normal. She still wears only Accra. Director General of World Trade Organization. You will not get work. You buy dress on credit. They buy shoe on credit. Listen, create value, pay your dues, men will pay your bills. From this cap to the shoe, including my singlet and my panties, are gifts. Now, person when produce results, now they give to. Are you following me? You see, one of these your police women are just the iron since. I just the iron. Because of my last born. I say whether I go toast and through you, I don't know. I just the iron as I sit down there. I iron. When you call and come up, I iron. Make I just write application ahead now. My last born is coming very soon. When you start seeing me in the Nugbele police station, now another thing that they look for. Dr. Apoki, your head no correct. I don't know why when I invite me, come join better people. All hands must be on deck to make sure our daughters shall be pillars carved to adorn palaces. A symbolism of beauty, strength, and royalty. God bless mothers, bless wives, bless sisters, bless daughters, and bless all women globally. I remain your friend, Dr. Charles Apoki.